truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath that given me earnest of success commencing in a truth? I am vain of calling. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastic, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
If chance will have me king, why, chance will crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon him like our strange garments cleave unto their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what, come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Let us toward the king. Think about what hath chanced, and when the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other. Till then, enough. Come, friends. The rest is labor which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joyful the hearing of my wife of your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy father.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is the step on which I must fall down, or else so a leap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye we get the hand, yet let that be which the eye fears, when it is done, to see. If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence, and catch with her surcease success, then but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgments here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which, being taught, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. She's here in double trust. The first, as I am her kinsman and her subject, strong both against the deed. Then, as her host, who should against her murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, Miss Duncan hath borne her faculties so meek, hath been so clear in her great office, that her virtues will plead like angels, in trumpet-tongued, against the deep damnation of her taking off. And pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's chariot enhorsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sight of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls on the other. If we should fail,
We fail. But school your courage to the sticky place, and we will not fail. With ducking to sleep, where to ravish and where days hard journey sounding in right her. Her two chamberlains will eye with wine and lazzle, so convinced that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be of you. And the seat of reason, and live back only. When in swinish sleep, their twitching nature lies to the death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon her spongy officers, who shall bear the grim guilt of our great well?
bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we are clogged with blood those sleepy too of our own children, and use their very daggers that they have done it?
Who dares receive another, as we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon our death?
I am settled, and bent up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mark the time with fairest show. False face must hide, the false heart doth know. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, as sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee still, in form as palpable as this which I now draw. Thou marshalest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy bladed dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which conforms thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the one half world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarumed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch, thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides, towards his design moves like a ghost. How sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time, which now suits with it. Whiles I threat, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is an knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended.
I.
Hark! Who lies in second chamber?
Donovan.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh in his sleep, and one cried murder that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands listening their feet. I could not say amen when they did say, God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care, death of each day's life, sore labor's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, the chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still, it cried sleep no more to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, therefore Corder shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why worthy they you do unbend your noble spirit that thinks so brain-sickly of things? Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring these daggers to the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose. Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead, or but its pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If ye do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? Oh, how is it when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? They pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No, this my hand will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands of your color. I am ashamed to wear hearts so white. There's a knocking at the south entry. Retire me to my chamber. A little water clears us of the steed. Oh, easy it is then. Your constancy have left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion calls us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deeds were best not know myself. Wake Duncan with thy knocking. I would thou couldst. Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys, renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere leaves is left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal mother is murdered.
Oh. By whom?
Those of her chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were badged with blood. So were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury, that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, intemperate, and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. If the expedition of my violent love outrun the pause of reason. Here lay Duncan, her silver skin laced with her golden blood, and her gash stab looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There, the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage, to make his love known?
Help me hence. Help!
Look to the lady. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence, against the undivulged pretense, I fight of treasonous malice, and so do I.
So long! Bring him before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind, he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and placed a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them the gracious Duncan have I murdered, put rancors in the vessel of my peace only for them, and mine eternal truth given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seeds of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Now go to the door, and stay there till we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was so. Please, your highness.
Well then, have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he, in the times past, which kept you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference. How you were born in hand, how crossed, the instruments who bought with them, and all things else that might to half a soul lend to an ocean praised, say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to me.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go?
I am a man, my liege.
Aye, in the catalogue you go for men, as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, water rugs, and demi-wolves are clept all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, and every one according to the gift which bounteous nature hath in him closed. And so of men. Now, if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it. And I will place that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart and love of us, who wear our health, but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, so weary with disasters, tugged with fortune, thou set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid of it.
You know Banquo was your enemy. So is he mine, and in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrusts against my nearest of life. And though I could, with barefaced power, sweep him from my sight and bid my will about it, yet I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but where his form I myself struck down. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
I shall, my lord, perform what you command me through my life.
Your spirit shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you to acquaint yourself, acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, the moment on it, for it must be done tonight. And to leave no rubs nor botches in the work, Fleance, his son, that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourself. I'll come to you anon.
I am resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight. and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations have by magpies and choughs and rooks brought forth the secretest man of blood. What is the night?
Almost an altar warning. Which is which?
How sayest thou that Macduff denies this person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it not, but I will send. There's not a one of them but in his house I keep a servant feeding. Tomorrow, and betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for now I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. For mine own good, all causes shall give way. I am in blood stepped in so far that, should I wait no more, return were as tedious as go o'er. Strange things I have in head that will to hand, which must be acted, ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Open locks whoever knocks.
How now, you secret midnight hags? What is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you, by that which you profess, howe'er you come to know it, answer me. Though you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches, though the yeasty waves confound and swallow navigation up, though bladed corn be lodged and trees blown down, though castles topple on their warders' heads, though palaces and pyramids do slope their heads to their foundations, though the treasure of nature's germs tumble all together, even till destruction sicken, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak, demand, will answer. Say thou wouldst rather hear from our mouth or from our master.
Call him. Let me see him.
Foreign Sal's blood that hath eaten her nine pharaoh. Grease that sting from the murderous gin and throw into the flame. Come high or low, thyself in all these deadly show.
Tell me, thou unknown's
He
power!
knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say them not.
Whate'er thou art, for thy concaution, thanks. Thou hast harped my fear aright. But one word more.
You will not be commanded. There is another, more potent than the first.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But yet, I'll make assurance double sure, and take upon to fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and wears upon her baby brow the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak
tree unfix his earthbound root. Sweet Bodeman's good. Rebellious dead, rise never till the wood of Burnham rise, and our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your heart can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know!
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs. And thy hair, thou other gold-bound brow, is like the first. The third is like the former. You filthy hags, why do you show me this? The fourth is starred eyes. What? Will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet? A seventh? I'll see no more. And the eighth is, there's a glass which shows me many more. And some I see that twofold balls and treble scepters carry. Glorious sight, for now I see 'tis true. For the blood both the dragon smiles upon me and points at them face. What? Is this so?
Aye, sir. All this is so. Why stands Macbeth thus amazing?
Trust, sisters. Let us cheer up the sprites and show the best of our delight.
Hold short the air to give a sound while you perform your antic round, that this great king may kindly say, our duties did his welcome pay.
Where are they? God! Let this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar. Saw you the weird sisters? No. Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned all those that trust them.
Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time, thou anticipatst my dread exploits. The flighty purpose never is overtook unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool, this deed I'll do before this purpose cool. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays invited fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candor! Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. If thou speakest false, Upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee. If thy speech be soweth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not till none would to come to Dunsinane, and now what comes toward Dunsinane. Arm and out! If this which he avouches does appear, there is no flying hence nor tarrying here. I begin to be aweary of the sun, and wish the state of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell! Blow wind, come rack, at least we'll die with harness on our back. They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear like I must fight the corpse. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear, or none.
What is thy name?
Thou be afraid to hear it.
No, but like call thyself a higher name than any is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself cannot pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest, abhorrent tyrant! With my sword, I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
You look most remarkably well.
I have been enjoying some exercise.
Have you received my invitation to the ball at Netherfield?
With great pleasure.
Darcy, look who I found.
Please, allow me to introduce Mr. Wickham, whom we have just met.
Well, it must be all. Goodbye, Mr. Wickham. Sir. Goodbye, Miss Bennet. Miss Bennet. Miss Bennet. Miss Bennet. Miss Bennet. Ah, Miss Elizabeth. I can't tell you how glad I am to see you after all this time.
Charles, do turn your head to the side so I may catch your silhouette. Head up, please.
Miss Elizabeth's sister Jane spoke very fondly of you and Mr. Gardner, that you take her to stay with you in London each spring.
Will you keep your mouth closed, Charles? Yes, Mr. Bingley, we rather thought we might see you there at the start of the year. Jane was with us 3 months together.
3 months? Well, I must say, I wish I had known. I was in town all that time, quite miserable.
You miserable? I cannot picture it. Charles, please, you're making it very difficult for me to capture you.
Ask Darcy. I was quite out of sorts. From the 26th November, when we were all dancing together at Netherfield. It is above 8 months. 243 days. Tell me, how is your sister?
I dare say she has been counting the days as you have, Mr. Bingley.
And is she still at Longbourn? For I heard she might have some other attachment in the country by this time.
No, she is at home.
Ah, did you know Miss Bennet was in town for 3 months, Caroline?
Yes, of course, Charles. I'm sure I told you.
You did not tell me.
I'm certain I did tell you. But there is so much to do in town. So many people coming and going. Perhaps you forgot.
I did not forget. I would certainly have called upon her had I known. Darcy, did you know about this? Darcy!
Lower, of course, Charles. Excuse me. It's a beautiful evening, don't you think, Mr. Bennet? Jane has never looked lovelier. Oh, it's all going just as I had planned. The mouse is sniffing the cheese. Oh dear me, I forgot the cheese.
The royal court of Charles the Great. Enter Charlemagne.
This part is to be portrayed by an actor of enormous power.
Pow!
We joined Charlemagne in the midst of his royal council. It's been a long day.
And that is why, sire, I humbly beseech you to reduce my levy of foot soldiers and cattle.
Denied. Next.
Oh, great leader, blessed by God, sent to us from heaven to protect us from the infidel.
Oh God, not all that bullshit again. What is it?
Well, you see, sire, there's this famine and all of my fields are barren, so I was hoping that you'd be...
Denied. Next.
Sire!
Oh God. Denied.
But sire, I protest. That is unjust and tyrannical.
Take that man away and hang him.
Whoa! Whoa!
Out. Out. Everybody out.
No, wait, sire.
I said everybody
But
out.
father, it's me, Pippin.
Pippin?
I'm home. I finished school.
Already? Well, how did it go?
Oh, very well, Father. Some of my tutors actually
Good,
said that.
good. I'm a great believer in education.
Yet you've become the most powerful man in the world without it.
The most powerful man in the world? What about the Pope?
I rank you ahead of the Pope, sir.
And I happen to agree with you. Well, Pippin, good to see you.
Wait, Father.
You know, we have a library now. Maybe you can find a book.
Thank you.
After all, tomorrow is for you.
But it is still today.
Yes, but for how long? You'll see, Pippin. Sunrise and sunset are similar, but they are not identical.
Father, what does that even mean?
Oh, we're so proud of Lewis, aren't we, dear? Oh, right, before I forget, the royal treasurer informs me I've somehow overdrawn my allowance account.
You're overdrawn again?
Now, my lord, you know how confused I get about money. After all, I'm just an ordinary housewife and mother, just like all you housewives and mothers out there.
You know, sometimes I wonder if the fornicating I'm getting is worth the fornicating I'm getting.
Father, I know what I want to do now.
What? Oh, good.
I want to be a soldier.
What? Denied!
But Father, I'm your oldest son, which means I'll be king one day. And fighting wars is an important part of being king, isn't it?
Fighting wars is the most important part of being king. After all, the Pope and I have dedicated ourselves to spreading Christianity throughout the entire world, even if it means we have to kill every non-Christian to do it.
Exactly. So I want to join you in your campaign against the Visigoths.
Denied.
But that's not fair. You're taking Lewis.
Yes, well, your brother Lewis is an ideal warrior. He's strong and stupid. You, on the other hand, are educated.
And for what? Father, you're dedicated to something. I just want to be dedicated to something too. With all my heart and soul. Something extraordinary. Otherwise, my life won't have any meaning at all.
Oh, so you want your life to have meaning?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's very ambitious of you, Pippin. Denied!
But Father,
Denied!
Father, you created an entire kingdom out of nothing. And now I just want my chance. My chance to fight for my country, for my family, and for my king.
Oh, go right! Get yourself a decent helmet and come along.
I'm a soldier.
Yes, you are.
Now listen to me, men, as I endeavor to explain what separates a charlatan from a charlatan. For rulers not to generals, illustrious and various, a pompous as a puppet, or daring as a Darius. A little rule that every leader knows by heart. It's smarter to be lucky than it's lucky to be smart.
Intrigue plots to bring disaster. The Royal Chapel at Arles.
It's all right, Father. You may come in.
I am sorry to disturb you, my son. I know you like to pray alone.
You know who I am, Father?
Of course, my son.
You want something from me, perhaps? A favor? Advancement?
Only to be in this moment with you. To look into your eyes.
And what do you see?
I see two eyes. A little cloudy with age. A sunset.
What else?
I see the death of thousands. The slavery of more terror and bloodshed.
You see all that in my eyes?
Do you deny it?
Deny it? I'm proud of it. I brought order out of chaos. If terror and bloodshed were necessary to achieve that order, so be it.
Those are words of the past. Time has passed you by, my son.
And your time has come, my son.
Yes, Father.
It's so easy from where you stand to judge the things that I have done. Eagles, ospreys, even vultures have a better view. From the heights, all things are very clear. But when I marched, the dust of the road was in my mouth. And when I fought, the blood of the enemy was in my eyes. But by God, I blew my breath across a continent and shaped an empire with it.
You may have done the best you could, but things have to change.
And you're the one to change them.
Yes, I am.
Well, if you truly believe that, there's only one thing that you can do.
Thank you. But I brought my own.
Then use it, or go and lead me to my prayers.
What do you pray for, Father?
Strength, and may God give you the skill.
I'm sorry, Father.
It's all right, son. Just don't let it happen again.
Steady, Victor.
Dead weight. Who is this hidden man?
Not yet.
I think he must be insensible. What do you say, Doctor? I do not want to touch him. How cold it seems all of a sudden.
Dr. Waldman may touch him. Sir, you have heard Victor's question. Tell us the condition of this man. Feel his pulse.
There is no life in this man.
There is no life in this man.
Henry, you have gone too far. It's ghastly. This is a corpse. It's horrible.
No, he is not dead, for he has never lived. You shall both look upon the creature I have made with these hands. Draw the cloth from the face. One of you. Victor.
No,
And Dr. Waldman.
Oh my God!
It is the death mask of a strange, inhuman being. Look, Doctor. Look at the great lips and the brow.
This is the physical body of a young, strong man.
Now you see my accomplished labor.
There is no vital force to it.
Not yet, but my elixir is at work. The hour of waiting is nearly over. Shall I triumph, or shall I fail?
I warn you, solemnly, against the sin of vain presumption. From God alone is the breath of life. Be warned.
You are too late. He lives.
No. No. You have failed.
No. I have succeeded. Look! Spare me, Victor.
No one can see him. Your father, above all, must never see him. And you must follow the Baron and induce him to go back to Belrive.
How can I do that? You know how obstinate my father is. He will not go without me. I cannot promise to go home with him and leave him there.
But the Baron must not come here again. What was that?
Ah. It is Frankenstein.
Frankenstein?
I call him by my own name. He is Frankenstein.
What does he want?
He wants to come in here. He has never seen the sun shine as it does today.
Let him come in.
Are you not afraid?
No. No.
Remember, we are 3 strong men.
Frankenstein, why did you throw me off? How dare you touch me?
Let me go out there.
Not now, Frankenstein. You shall go into the garden when the sun sets.
The sun sets.
Yes, the great fire in the sky is burnt out. Tonight.
Tonight,
Yes, before we go to sleep.
I want to go there now. And now, there is, tell me, there is
There is beauty in the garden.
beauty. Is that the word, beauty?
Yes, the fresh grass, the wind, the flowers.
Are the great flowers called beauty?
You mean the trees. It is all beautiful.
All beautiful. All.
See who it is, Victor. Heavens, Dr. Waldman.
My dear, dear Henry Frankenstein.
It's impossible. I'm afraid to touch you, old friend. You come like a dream of the past, too dear, too wonderful to be real.
I found you at last, Henry. Seemed to be years, not months, since you left us all at Belle Reed. May I come in?
Come in, come in. Let me take your hand again. Greatest, truest friend man ever had. Why have you sought me out, Doctor? Have you come alone to this desolate place?
Victor Moritz brought me to a little village, a mere group of huts 5 miles away.
Good, dear Victor.
I would not let him come any farther. I've kept my word to you, Henry. Not a soul except myself knows that you are here. Your friends all think...
Stop! Doctor, don't speak to me of my home or my friends. Spare me that. Sit down by the fire. The midnight hour is very cold. You have a great, courageous heart to come to me at my awful work.
How long have you been here, Henry?
2 months. When first I left Belle Reed, you remember, I tried to hide myself from
Frankenstein?
It was useless. He followed me like a beast of prey upon the scent. His face never left me. His voice was always in my ears. In the seashore, in mountain passes, in the depths of the forest, he found me out. You know my promise. You know what you want.
You must never do that.
It is done.
Impossible. Impossible.
Look there.
Is it Frankenstein?
Yes. It is Frankenstein. It was a night of storm at Goldstadt, like this. When I poured my elixir into the cold blood of Frankenstein and he came to life. Then I was driven by wild emotion, pride, ambition, triumph. Now, I am in despair. Do you dare to look upon the work that is nearly done? It is lying yonder, but awaits the quickening touch. Do you dare?
Tell me what I shall see.
He understands. He knows the only thing there is to be done now. Come, look upon her.
No, no, Henry. I cannot look. I will not bear it. No, no, Henry.
What is there to fear in the unliving? What is flesh and blood, even such flesh and blood, without life? What is the gross body compared to the dark spirit of evil that I shall awaken in it? Forgive me. Forgive me, Doctor.
My poor friend, what have I to forgive? I would to God that I could help you. You must never do this thing.
I must.
You will be lost eternally.
I must.
It is too late to undo the past. Too late to save Katrine or the happiness of your home. But it is not too late to save your soul.
Do you think for a minute, friend, that if I deny Frankenstein his mate, he will spare me? Do you realize the strength of his hate? Listen, I have destroyed the principal tools with which I work, and the diary which I describe my progress every day. Only one sheet of cipher and one glass vial remain, here, in that locked cabinet. Here's the key hanging round my neck.
One sheet of cipher and one glass vial in there. Well,
I will show you. But go to the door first and tell me if you can see Frankenstein.
Frankenstein,
Where is he gone? The man.
your master, be quiet. He is asleep.
She will be mine tonight. You will make her live tonight. She is still. Are you afraid of me?
No. No. But
You hate Frankenstein. All men hate Frankenstein. You come from, tell me,
I come from Belrive.
that place where I saw Katrine.
Do not speak of her.
You say I killed her. Take me to that place.
Stand away from me.
Take me down there where I saw Katrine.
No. You can never go back to that place. There is blood upon your hands.
On my hands. Blood. My hands.
How can I make you understand? Sit down. I will talk to you. Do you know why men should hate you? Do you know why your master hates you?
No. I want my woman. My master will make her live, or I will kill him.
No, not
I
that.
can kill him.
Listen to me. Katrine is dead.
No. I wept so for her. It hurt me.
Yes. But that pain awakened your soul. From the depths of sorrow, the soul awakes.
Soul? My soul. What do you mean?
Katrine is dead. Her body will not move again. But her soul is not dead.
Then where is her soul?
Her soul is with God.
God, where is God?
I cannot tell you.
Would God hate me?
No. He alone could pity you, help you.
He would take my hands like a tree, show me the way to him.
You must find a way for yourself.
I do not know the way. Did the bird's soul fly to God when it fell down on the water? Was the bird dead?
Yes.
The tree is dead. Did her soul fly to God?
Yes.
I must find the way. I must.
Yes. Yes. Be gone. I hear your master's step.
Oh, my master, I am there. I am here. And there, I am everything. Tell my master, the hour has come.
What are you going to do now?
End my work. Gain my freedom.
Henry, you will buy your freedom at too great a price. Listen to the truth before it is too late. Realize what it will mean to give a woman like himself to Frankenstein.
I know.
It will mean she will bear him children.
I tell you, Dr. Waldman, I know.
But you have not thought that the children of Frankenstein and his unnatural mate will be the children of your guilty mind, the work of your sinful hands. Do you remember that day at Belrive, after Katrine's death, when Frankenstein told you to choose?
Shall I ever forget?
Well, I bid you to choose now. Will you do this monstrous thing, with all its appalling consequences, or will you refuse before it is too late? Too late.
So, your sister hasn't been by.
Not yet.
Your mom. She seems to be in good spirits.
What did you want to talk about? I'm kind of in a rush.
Bill and I have been talking. And from your point of view, being a STEM guy and all, this could seem like an isolated matter, but you do realize this involves a lot more constituents.
I guess.
So your mom's finally taking interest in something other than herself?
Look, I think she's happy someone made the connection.
But the PFAS is coming from her plants.
Correct.
Why would she be happy about that?
It's because she can minimize the damage now. I mean, imagine if no one ever realized they forgot to test that district.
Look, I mean, I agree it's good that we know about it now, but you don't think it's concerning that the town happened to overlook testing around the plant?
Call me crazy, fellas, but it almost seems like there's another, pollutant at work here.
Jumping ahead, Bill!
A pollutant this whole town is built on is rotting in.
Context.
As you know, this whole of the town's interests have little by little gotten into the hands of a certain pack of politicians.
Well, I sure hope that elected officials are taking an interest in their jobs. What's the issue?
No, but I'm talking about the ones financing their own campaigns. The businessmen, investors, they have more than a foot in the door.
So my mom and Paige.
There are others.
I get the picture. But they're capable. Or at least educated.
They show ability and knowledge when they had this convenient oversight.
No. That was ignorant. But it's fixable.
So it'll all be smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing or not, it has to be done.
All right. So the press will take up the issue.
No, that won't be necessary. I'm going to meet with Paige soon and then
We
I'll-
want to publish you, Tom, in the People's Messenger.
No. You guys should save the space for something more pressing. Isn't the paper focused on solving, like, systemic issues?
We thought it'd be better for the paper to start taking up more local issues anyway.
Well, look, that's great, but there's plenty of larger issues, like grocery prices.
When I became editor, I was sure that the only way to break up the ring of monopolizing and self-opinionated fossils was to make change.
Okay, yeah, and look what good that did you.
Okay, so we offended the wrong people, but we built a strong rapport. I think there's more room to publish what we want.
As long as it's sandwiched in between trivial news and sports articles.
It's still getting published.
I don't think a couple of years of good behavior authorizes complete freedom.
That's besides the point. People are sick. We have a due diligence to make sure that their responsibilities are safe.
Okay. And how exactly does this imply my research?
Because people are sick and People's Messenger views truth as its first consideration.
Yes, of course. Truth is important for any newspaper. But I don't see why this is a matter of fact or fiction.
I'm talking about the working class. They have to feel that they have some say in the direction of public affairs, even if they don't use it. Only then can they develop their faculties for intelligence and self-respect.
Can I get you some coffee or something? You don't have cream or anything like that, but the oat milk should still.
Did you really have to do this behind my back?
No? Yes. It was for my dissertation.
But you didn't want to consult the town before taking your own water samples.
I wanted to be certain before causing a panic.
And you're certain now, aren't you?
Did you read the report? Of course I'm certain.
Well, the information is being spread. If you were really so concerned about confidentiality, I assume you'd at least take the time to articulate an official statement for public comment at the Tuesday Select Board meeting before igniting this wildfire.
Again, it was for my dissertation. It's research.
I understand that, Thomas. But it's out now. Your report is biased. Permanent supply of poison. Forever chemical.
But how else was I supposed to phrase it, Paige? It's objectively poisonous. You drink the water, you get sick. Poison.
So that's your hypothesis. And your conclusion is that we have to relay all the water conduits within a mile of Mom's plant.
I guess. She came by to talk with me this morning.
Aren't you special?
I just wanted you to know that I already talked with her.
So you told her the company needs to pay for all the reparations.
Well, not explicitly, but she seemed happy that I caught this in time.
In time for what?
Solution.
And what would that be?
I don't know. I was hoping you'd have a solution.
All right, Thomas. I spoke to the town engineer this morning. I tried not to alarm him. He laughed in my face.
Well, he sounds like a jerk.
Have you taken a second to consider the costs? You haven't. Why would you? You don't need to think about money. I do.
Okay, well, how much would it be then?
Millions.
That can't be right.
Not only would it cost an unreasonable amount of money, it would take years to complete. Two at the very least.
Well, maybe you could.
What do you want me to do? Tell the tourism council to have their interns make a fact sheet about the dangers of swimming in the lakes? Hire a committee?
I didn't think the administrative part concerned me. There's going to be enough work to do with all the sick people.
The investment that had gone into promoting the town this year, and all the new developments, and all the new jobs. It's an investment, Thomas, and we need to see the return as soon as possible. You'd be single-handedly responsible for putting Portcaster into destitution.
No, we can make it 2 years for the sake of public health.
We can't afford it.
Mom can definitely afford it.
I'm sorry, you think Mom will be paying for this?
Well, she's the one who put the chemicals in the ground.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
I'm not convinced the water's poisoned.
You're so corrupt. Ow! Ow! You're the one who's supposed to regulate the water, not me. Mom said it was fine.
No, she did not.
Ow! God!
She just told me you didn't speak about money with her. As I said, I'm not at all convinced that there is any sort of existential threat being posed to the community.
I have never met a more self-obsessed,
My
narcissistic...
reputation is important. A mom's company is vital to the economy of this town.
more vital than the health of the community.
The current authority can't lose legitimization. It would be dangerous for the town. We can deal with this privately, if it becomes any matter of real importance.
That's not an option anymore.
It has to be.
It's too late. I have people behind me.
Who? Your crony to the people's messenger?
Yes. They will hold the authorities accountable because it is their duty.
Thomas, have you considered what this
I have
means?
considered everything that needs to be considered. Jesus, I don't care. This is people's health we're talking about.
You've always been so rashly stubborn.
I have not. I value objectivity.
You should think objectively about who controls your endorsement for medical director.
That's ridiculous.
I wouldn't want someone so impulsive running such an important operation.
You can't deny that I'm the best option. I know Portcaster like the back of my hand.
It's simple, Thomas. Don't spread your report. And if you can't convince your friends to halt publication, you'll need to publicly state that your findings were faulty. Very well. We'll publish a statement.
And I'll keep writing against you.
And I'll rescind my nomination.
I hate you.
That's a shame. Bye now, Thomas.
Oh yeah, how did it go with her?
She basically came over to attack me.
Shocking!
She has this sick way of degrading me. She manages to find buttons to push that I didn't even know were there.
Don't let her treat you like that.
I won't. I won't put personal interests before values. I won't let my values go limp in the face of resistance. Like Paige.
Paige is speaking for the town council. Ugh. Any views she's spewing are leeching from that rotten syndicate over at town hall.
You know, they can talk all they want. They can stand atop their crumbling pillars. We have youth and conviction and the paper. We have a voice.
I love it, buddy. I do. But before we go and throw ourselves out there, we have to remember the college won't let us go to print unless we maintain a degree of moderation.
Yeah, but it's not trivial anymore. Paige wants the people to pay or stay sick.
Fucking pigs.
Exactly. It was never a question of water supply, it's public health. And if that's not a fundamental right, it's the system that needs disinfection.
What has gotten into you today, Tom? You are making me feel some kind of way.
I'm pissed. We have the entirety of human knowledge at our fingertips. Why is nothing changing? There is something fundamentally wrong.
And it needs to be torn down.
I feel as though I woke up in a new world today. I don't exactly have my bearings, but I'm awake.
I'm glad to have you, Tom. This revolution writes itself. It's inevitable. All we need to do is rally people together and streamline our goals.
The municipal authority needs to be in the right hands. This method may be a bit radical for the college to approve. They have to account for things like fiscal risks.
Do you know who else has to account for fiscal risks? The very people who created this problem in the first place.
That's how they convince you that moderation is the only way. The master's tools will never dismantle the master's house, right, Hoff?
Wait, what if you did an exclusive digital publication today? I know print comes out tomorrow, but I think you'd reach more people if you put it online first.
I mean, I guess we could do that.
Amazing. Thank you. I think we're really on to something. I gotta get going. I need to finish up some writing and get over to talk to Paige before you publish.
You.
Exactly. Now, I know you won't, but please don't leak my piece or overedit it. My narrative voice is deliberate, down to the last M dash. I'm looking at you, Hoff.
Hey,
She's awful.
Paige.
Have you seen what she's been posting? She's threatening tax hikes and blaming it on me.
I saw.
Yeah, I guess everyone saw.
I'm sorry.
Her narrative is insane, and people are buying it. They're trying to silence the truth.
She has a lot of power, Tom.
And I have the truth.
What about political power?
Shouldn't those things work in tandem?
You know that's not how the world works.
The truth should be enough.
I'm only trying to consider how, historically, large groups of people have rarely been granted their political wants or needs, despite objectivity. Plus, she's your sister.
So I'm supposed to concede to the slander.
You have a lot at stake. I'm sure if she's already resisted, there's worse things she can hold over your head. What?
I'm sorry. It's just, I didn't expect everyone to agree with Paige.
I don't mean to stand in your way.
Whatever.
No, Tom, I care about you.
Then why are you taking her side?
I'm not. I just want you to consider the future. I know you have the community in mind, and I think your selflessness is extraordinary, but maybe I can help you see the forest for the trees.
I thought you wanted to make a difference.
I do, but there's a lot on the line here. You can't just throw away your livelihood.
Then how else is anything supposed to change?
I don't know.
Of course you don't.
What's that supposed to mean?
There's never a right answer with you. You know, it's all cynicism. I'm tired of talking and talking and talking. It's aimless.
Actually, I enjoy talking with you, Thomas.
But what's the point, right? At the end of the day, does any of it really matter?
I don't know the answer to that either. I guess we have to wake up to innumerable atrocities every day of our lives and keep going despite it, in spite of it. I know that this is close to home, but that's exactly why you should focus your attention on something that won't destroy you.
Okay, you know, I'm not a coward.
Jesus, Tom, I never said that.
You know, Catherine, I think we haven't been on the same page for a while now.
What?
I don't have time to talk about this right now.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine. I'm just busy.
I'm aware.
All right.
All right.
Can you just... No!
Can I just what, Thomas?
I'm going to bed. Is this thing working? Just a second. Okay. I think... Yeah. There we go. All right. Hi, everyone. I know this isn't technically the right way to address a municipal issue, but since this started online, I wanted to continue it here. This evening, my sister gave a briefing. For the record, the little clips circulating online wouldn't be nearly as riveting if they had context, but that's another matter. I'm coming on here because this is urgent. I've been doing a lot of thinking these past few days. I mean, I do a lot of thinking anyway. Too much. Anyway, as you are all hopefully aware, there are poisons in Portcaster's water. That is objective. The EPA regulations set in place by the federal government were not attended to by the officials in our town. Contrary to now popular belief, I came upon this information while collecting data for my graduate research project. In my residency, at our local maternity ward, I found that folks who live on the south side have exceptionally high cases of preeclampsia and consistently below average birth weights. They also have above average numbers of hormonal cancer cases. I was trying to address this issue. I have always been proud to call Portcaster my home. Even when all I wanted to do was escape, I found myself pulled back. When I left for undergrad, I wanted to return as soon as I could, and bring back what I had learned so I could put it to use here. When I was at my worst, the thought of coming home pulled me through. I found my purpose in life was to be of service to you all and bring back what I had learned so I can put it to use here. I'll stop explaining myself now because my reputation is irrelevant to the discovery I want to bring to your attention. This is a matter that has been festering for years in this town. No, it is not the water. I promise I will not speak about the poison in the water anymore today. It has become apparent to me through my interactions with town officials over these past few days that life in Portcaster is founded on the poison of deceit. The natural beauty of this place is unmatched. There are some things that money can't buy. The landscape that we are fortunate enough to have at our disposal is one of them. All of this exposition about the recent reality of tourism development. I understand wanting to gatekeep something as special as Portcaster. But the investments have been made. The promise of a boisterous economy in Portcaster is rich. We have potential, but under the current administration here, we will fail. I can see a future where we fall on harder times than ever before. This promise that was made to you, the working people, for a brighter tomorrow, has been corrupted by the misguided intentions of those in power. It will consume us. Do you all truly believe that the politicians in this town have your best interest at heart? Your 5 and dime is on the market. Trees that have taken hundreds of years to grow are being mercilessly demolished all over town for gated parks of cement and turf. The new water pipes are not going to your neighborhoods. Yes, they are being built, but they are not for you. I believe we can only become more civilized and progress as a species if we consider the most vulnerable members of our community to be a shared responsibility. We are only as good as our weakest link. The cost of fixing this problem that my sister is threatening you with should not be your financial responsibility in the first place. The people who put these chemicals in the ground in the first place need to pay. What if they don't, you ask? The thought of dishing out more money than we already do is terrifying. But this is your health. I am not asking you to recognize this issue because I want you to suffer. I can see that the long-term medical costs of this are going to be quadruple what a few years of extra taxes would be. I feel the need to mention it. And please, bear with me, that if the town does not consider the quality of your water supply to be a public good, they do not care about you. That is only the tip of the iceberg. The future looks bright for them, the developers, needlessly rich, but not for you. But the authorities are not the ones to blame. They are relics of a dying school of thought, and they paved the way for their own extinction. But they are not the sole individuals responsible for poisoning the community. They are not the biggest threats to our fundamental freedoms. Here is my real discovery. The most dangerous enemy of truth in this town is the public. The majority, if you will. There is a rot in this town that has manifested in complacency. This recent promotion of tourism has been contentious. I understand this. We have allowed the God and our foes to convince us that if an issue isn't hypersaturated and entertaining, then it can't be relevant. It is this very non-thinking act that will eat this town alive. Instead of understanding the electoral processes and challenging those in power to uphold the commitments they promised to solicit our votes, you choose the bliss of ignorance. You idolize politicians and hiss when someone reveals their flaws. Not thinking feels too good. Neoliberal individuality has brought us to the eclipse of mankind as a species and as a town. It's not your problem. Whose is it? We worship the public as a god these days. Who actually constitutes the public. Really, take a second in your mind's eye to imagine what that jargon actually means. Every time that you make a rash decision based on someone else's claims that this is what the public wants, you are not making an educated decision. The truth is, the majority of people are waiting for someone to tell them what to do and validate the morality of their brief participation so they can go ahead and focus on their life. You know, I hate to break it to you, but your political life is the framework for your personal life. I see the Twitter and Facebook dialogue. I know what gets published in our radical newspapers. But who is doing the thinking here? Everything has become so incredibly fast-paced. And what is sacrificed every time? Autonomous thought. It becomes a chore. I see that you're all kept busy fighting on an app that is, in reality, far removed from the pulsating world outside your door. I won't keep begging you to believe in facts. I understand now that trying to see eye to eye with those covering their ears is useless. I know many of you watching are watching only to contest me. I cannot reach you. However, I know, I hope, that there are a handful of you who share my discontent, who wake up each day feeling that something is deeply, deeply wrong. We have stopped listening to each other. We blindly follow those who have successfully tapped into our fears with terrifying loyalty. We have forfeited our tangible agency for convenience. Agency and thinking are what give us purpose. They are the crux of human existence. We must stop conceding to the passive impulse of defense. It is cowardly and animalistic. And you must, I beg of you, get off your fucking phone! We are addicted to affirming that our beliefs are based on a concept of what the so-called public wants and nothing else. Democracy is not all or nothing. Democracy is meant to represent a right cornucopia of diversified opinions and people. Having a government that represents your desires alone is an utter failure. It is a failure. We must progress. We must tear it down, whatever it takes. We must take matters into our own hands, because those who are profiting off your ignorance will not do it for you! Fuck! Hello? Hello? Coffee?
No thanks. Seem quite cozy here, Thomas.
I am.
I see. I'll get out of your hair quickly then. Do you know what this is?
An envelope?
Funny. Here.
You're selling shares of the company?
In theory.
For the new water pipes?
New pipes, or the lawsuit you may have gotten me into. Look, Thomas, I'm no dinosaur. You said that the pollution in this town came from my planet. If that's true, then my grandfather, and my father before me, and now I, myself, for many years have been poisoning this town. Did you think I'd let you destroy the family name?
It wasn't your fault. You didn't know. We can fix it.
It's not that simple, and you know it. Maybe this family means nothing to you, but I intend to live and die a clean woman.
And how exactly do you plan on doing that?
You will do it for me.
No, but didn't you say that...
Do you know who those shares are entrusted to? You. They're your inheritance, Thomas. Your allowance. I want to see just how much of a selfless revolutionary you truly are.
No. Why did you talk to me about this? What about Paige's money?
What makes you think Paige has anything to do
Paige has everything to do with this.
Paige was smart enough to save us from being condemned to pay for the laying of all new pipes across the entire South Side. That would have put us in the red for the first time in decades.
It wasn't a mistake.
I pay a lot of people good money to ensure mistakes don't happen.
You paid Paige to eat your sins.
They're your sins now.
I don't want anything to do with the plant.
And thank God for that. The money has to come from somewhere. That reminds me. Your roommate's rent was subsidized under your allowance. If the money's gone, I want them out, and I want this place sold. Maybe with his new position in the town, Billing can finally pay his damn rent on time.
Why didn't you tell me?
You're impossible to reason with.
I'm not! Where are you going? Wait.
I'm not entertaining hysterics. You're a big fool.
What have you done?
I didn't do anything.
This is your fault.
If you continue on this tirade, you'll kill the tourism project. The economy doesn't have the bandwidth. It will be a complete nightmare, and that will be your fault.
I was just trying to make things better.
The world doesn't work that way. You're too young to comprehend it.
If you just let me have freedom, maybe things could be different.
Freedom, Thomas? You've got it. You're living it. Welcome to free fall and its consequences.
What happens if I keep pushing forward?
You'd be a fool.
I can handle myself.
No job, no degree, no house, no family, no friends. You will be utterly alone, especially here. No child of mine will be working against me. I don't need my enemies having inside intel.
Mom, please.
Convince the public that your report was faulty. I need to know by the end of the day. It's your choice, Thomas.